Today we get to keep chugging through Matt Roper's book on Book of Mormon anachronisms, this time talking about metals and metallurgy. At first glance, metals should be the holy grail of hard evidence. Metals tend to stick around, and if the Book of Mormon says there should be metals, and there's not metals, then that's it, right? Game over? And up until the late 60s, scholars were convinced that pre-Columbian peoples knew essentially nothing about metals, and that even in the Old World, knowledge of advanced metallurgy was limited. But as archaeology advanced, evidence kept turning up that New World peoples actively worked with and used these metals. Copper, iron, gold, silver, all these things were traded, crafted, and valued. The critics will still crow that we don't have enough of the type of evidence that they think we should be able to see when it comes to metallurgy. And sure enough, we don't have evidence of things like Schul steel swords, or Jaredite iron smelting, or silver currency. But there are hints that we're not yet getting the whole picture. Some of that is linguistic. There's a word that goes all the way back to 1000 BC that means bright and shining, and it's used for money. And some of it is artistic. There's art in the Florentine Codex that shows small crucibles and forges of exactly the type that might be missed by archaeologists that aren't expecting them. And there's reasons why this sort of stuff would be much harder to find, particularly in Mesoamerica. Metal degrades a lot faster in humid climates and acidic soils, and then there's the famous tendency for metal to be melted down and repurposed, not least of which by the invading Spanish. Regardless, patience in these sorts of things tends to pay off. Just this year, an excavation in Turkey pushed Old World metallurgy back thousands of years earlier than previously expected, to at least 9000 BC. The ancients were doing this far earlier and far better than anyone ever expected. Check back next week when we're going to be talking about things that are a little less tangible but no less important. Book of Mormon culture.